having to pay for it. But some people want to bring cash from the subtext to the text. One of my first BDSM clients, years before financial domination became popular on social media, was a Quebecois who went by the name Jean the Spy. Jean liked to hire several girls at a time to interrogate and torture him for information. The first time I saw Jean, my coworker explained to me that we wouldn't get our tribute until after the session. I objected to the game at first. As a rule, I want the money up front, the topic out of the way. I don't take kindly to the suggestion that if I botch the game, I don't get paid. It's the same reason I don't like clients who ask me to think about being mad at my boyfriend while I'm kicking them in the balls. It's an invasion of my motivations. I'm great at upselling more hours, more cameos, more extras from the menu, but I don't like to haggle on the price of my time. I want to know how much I'm making for what service and dig in from there. The value is the value. How much you want or have got to spend is up to you. But Jean had a genial enough attitude that I agreed to make an exception. Sessions with Jean turned out to be comfortingly formulaic. We would leave him alone in the dungeon for 5 minutes while he squirreled away intelligence documents. Like an uncle hiding the afikoman during Passover. Then we would barge through the door, screaming at him to surrender the location of the information. We'd tie him to a chair, sensually seducing what we wanted out of him. After 15 minutes, he'd sigh, okay, you got me. The documents were under a cushion in the human-sized cage. One of us would stomp over to the cage to find half of the session fee in crisp $20 bills. This is only part of what we require. It's useless without the rest of it. I'd allow the rage to rise in my voice. The plot thickened, and so did John's cock. We'd electrocute his nipples, hold a knife to his throat. Stop, please, I'll tell you, Jean gasped. It's in the medical device drawer. And yet, right there next to the clamps and weights and chastity devices and Wartenberg wheels were only a few more bills. This is where I started to get into it. The session fee was the scene's MacGuffin, a plot device. In that moment, I could appreciate that Jean was absolutely right. It was more fun that the sex games prop was imbued with the meta-context of reality. The torture would then increase. We'd threaten him with waterboarding, with mutilation, revealing we knew where his loved ones lived. Finally, he gave up the location of a generous tip inside a leather gimp hood, and the scene was complete. Jean was not strictly a findom client, but he understood the power of currency as prop. It was fun to find our session fee, and over time, I grew to trust that he was never using the game as an excuse to be cheap. He was onto something. The realness of the cash made the play more exciting. The money Jean paid us became the material of his fantasy. He could have hidden any prop, imbued anything with the magic of symbolism. But the cash was right there, potent, full of motivating possibilities. In the fantasy world of the dungeon, only the session fee was really real. Money, as Cyndi Lauper sang, changes everything. Some sex work harnesses the dynamics of financial domination. Some findoming is sex work. Some findoms wouldn't consider themselves sex workers, and some sex workers don't consider findoms to be their colleagues. Some lifestyle kinky people who like to play with money distance themselves from sex workers, emphasizing the money as a means of consensual control, not commerce. Most attempts to differentiate between sexual labor and money fetishism involve judgment, where there could be solidarity. In a sense, financial domination is the fetishization of sex work itself.
Woo!
Wow. That's it for now.